Hello there. What is going on, everybody? Today we're going to be taking a look at Rebellion in the Rim. Now, this is a little bit later than you may have heard about this because there were some pictures posted. I was not actually able to get this here at Gen Con on the first day. Part of that is because I was working a whole lot and I'm trying to get it on the second day, so it's coming a little bit late, so I apologize for that. But better late than never. But we did get some pictures because one of the wonderful attendees here at Gen Con has allowed me to photograph some of the cards. So I was able to post some pictures on social media and on the Armada Discord and on my own Discord as well. But now we have our own copy and we can unbox this for you guys. I do want to remind you guys that there is a giveaway going on right now for a $25 Amazon gift card. All you have to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. Now, this is not one of my normal quality unboxings because I am still at a hotel in Gen Con, so I am not at home and I don't have the full studio. So we're doing the best we can, but we've got our rule book here. We've got the rules for the Exogorths. We've got the rules for the Gravity Rift. We've got the Exogorth effects. All kinds of very cool stuff. We're gonna have so much fun with this expansion, with this campaign. We got Purgils. We've got stations. We've got a fixed errata. You know, remember that station from the Corellian conflict? It had an errata. They've fixed the station card. That one's really cool. We've got task force battles. We've got, there's so much. And I'm going to go into this more once we get home, once Gen Con's over. I say we get home, like you're coming home with me, guys. Come on over to the house. You can help me do the dishes. I really need to mow the grass. You guys can help out with all of that. Party at my house. Let's go ahead. We're going to be cleaning up. So the first thing I'm going to look at is we got a map. We've got these sheets here, and you're going to use these sheets to kind of record your custom fleet with your custom commander. And if my voice is a little bit gone, I apologize for that. But I've been teaching board games all day, so we've got a fleet roster here. We've got all of that. And we have a lot of these, although you might want to just scan that and make some copies and do that digitally. And we've got our map here, and this is, we've got a lot of really cool planets on here. I can't show you the whole map in great detail, but I can kind of break it down and show you it's upside down. Raxus Prime, Felucia, Yavin, the Mandalorian sector. Oh, this is cool. Dathomir, Dantooine. There's a lot of cool planets here. This almost makes me want an expansion for Rebellion. Rebellion in the Rim map key. Saliakami, Lothal, Atalon, Kessel, Hot Space, Rhodia, look at all these, Ring of Kafrine, Endor, Solast, Tatooine, Geonosis, and then at the bottom we got Bespin, Hoth, Dagobah. You will go to the Dagobah system, Mustafar, Utapau, Ryloth, and Smuggler's Run. Okay, so we've got that. We've got our stickers here. We've got the stickers. We've got some fun stuff. Fun with the stickers. We've got cardboard. We've got, we're going to have all the new cardboard for all the different status effects. And we're going to have proximity mines as well. Very much fun. We're going to open up all of those. But we've got cards. We've got cards. Well, let's look at, and I'm going to try to get really close in some high quality images of these cards. So let's cut to that. Let's take a close-up look at these. All right, so we're going to look at the cards now. And while this is not my normal setup, I am trying to make the best usage of lighting here to give you guys a nice high-res kind of look at these cards. We've got Czar Bridger. When you reveal a command, you may discard this card to move one obstacle at distance 1 to 2 to within distance 1 to 2 of its current location. I love this. It's like Ezra, the physical interdictor, right? You can only do it once, but that's really cool. We've got Captain Rex here. This guy, I think, is going to be one of the most annoying guys against Imperials ever, or against anybody who happens to play against him. You may choose one enemy ship at close range. That ship gains 1 raid token of your choice. That's always nice, right? But while you're at distance 1 to 3 of an enemy ship, that ship can discard only 1 raid token of any type when it discards a command dial. Normally, a command dial purges everything, and that's why raid tokens I thought were so bad. So he is, because you could always just discard your dial and get rid of everything. So this is like, no, you can only get one thing max. That's insane. Sabine Wren. At the start of the ship phase, you may discard this card to place a proximity mine token in the play area, distance 1 to 2 of an obstacle, beyond distance 3 of enemy ships. We'll look more at proximity mines in the future. They're detailed in the rules, and I think they're worthy of their own kind of discussion. Iden Versio, when you resolve the evade defense effect, you can cancel one die at close range or distance 1. And, of course, the squadron, you may discard this card to choose an enemy ship at close range. That ship gains a raid token of your choice. I've got this awesome dude right here, Captain Woldar. Whoops, there we go. While a friendly non-swarm squadron at distance 1 to 3 is attacking a squadron, it may re-roll 1 die of any color. I love this guy, and he really makes me want to rethink that Superstar Destroyer, pure carrier kind of role. My man right here, Commander Vanto. This is Eli Vanto, Thrawn's best buddy in the whole wide world, and in the new canon. He's a really cool character, and I just love him. After you resolve, well, I'll read this in Eli Vanto's voice. After you resolve the first command during your activation, you may exhaust this card to gain 1 command token of any type. Isn't that right? Absolutely, Commander Vanto. No, all right, so if you read the audiobooks, you might get that. It was a silly little joke. But no, he's giving you command tokens, and they love their command tokens. They really do. And I think command tokens may become a little bit more viable with all the raid tokens that are going on out there. He could be helpful there. But we'll have to see. We will have to see. I think there's a lot of, actually, there's a lot you can do with this guy. I think I'm going to have some builds planned with him because he's protection against a lot of things too. He is protection. Expert shield tech. I love this guy. And by the way, we have 2 of these, right? So while defending during the spend defense token step, when you spend a redirect defense token, you may reduce the total damage from the attack by 1 instead of resolving that token's effect. It's so cool. That's so cool. It's giving you alternate usage, so that's cool. And it's an officer slot. Like the officer slots, I feel like this is going to be really maybe help the SSD with now they have more options. Having more officers is always a cool thing. Auxiliary shields team. Oh yes. So good. I'm just really excited because this new Armada stuff. You know, who doesn't get excited about brand new stuff they haven't seen before, right? And we have 2 of these in here. And engineering, I think we've seen this one already. You may treat the maximum shield values of your right and left hull zones increase by 1 when you recover or move shields, but you can't exceed 4 this way. So this is really useful for a lot of different ships, but namely the Nebulon can get this to start boosting its shields on the sides up to 2 at the beginning of the game, which is going to be really nice. But again, you can only do this when you engineer. Also, the Liberty is another good candidate for something like this, which is really fun. They're not the only ships that can use it. You can put a CR90 also or something like that. But I just think it's fun. I think I like it. We got weapons, battery, techs, and we're going to have 2 of these as well. And while attacking a ship, you may change a die with a face accuracy to a face with a crit. So it's an option. It's a good way to kind of force those HIEs. Heavy, any of those blue crits you need. Heck, maybe even a red crit. We got 3 copies of Reserve Hangar deck, which is really, really good. When a unique squadron with swarm at distance 1 to 5 is destroyed, you may discard this card. If you do, you may set the squadron's hull points to 2 and place it unengaged at distance 1 activated. This is just basically letting you deploy extra TIE interceptors for super, super cheap. I love it. I mean, or TIE fighters, but interceptors, you get more bang for your buck. For 3 points, you're replacing a whole interceptor with 2/3 of its hull fully healed. Absolutely insane. Look, proximity mines. Here we go. We got proximity mines. Look, we got 3 of them. We got 3 of these things. Before deploying fleets, you may discard this card to place a number of proximity mine tokens equal to half your engineering value, rounded down. You may place these tokens anywhere in the play area beyond distance 5 of enemy ships and distance 1 of each other. A lot of these. We're going to talk more about proximity mines in a future video. Advanced Transponder Net. This is a mod. So friendly heavy squadrons at distance 1 to 2 prevent engaged squadrons from attacking ships. So all of those intel, that we're going to come and just shut everything down. Nope. It changes the rules for heavy. which is just such a clever way to deal with one little intel squadron ruining everything. I love it. And I love it for my decimators too. I really, really love it for my decimators. And you get 2 of those, which is cool. Here's a really fun one. Linked Turbo Laser Towers. This one was spoiled during the stream. You may re-roll 1 red die in your attack pool, so that's always good. And while attacking the first squadron during your activation, you may add 2 dice of any color to your attack pool. If you do, you cannot declare additional squadron targets in this attack. What this means is it's a big attack for the very first squadron you attack, but now you can't attack any more squadrons. So it's good if you've got to just kill 1 guy, but not good if you want to kill a whole bunch of other guys. Of course, you don't have to do that, and I'm dropping things. You don't have to do it that way, but it gives you options. And even if you don't, you still can re-roll a red die in your attack pool. That means you can also roll red dice against squadrons, potentially, right? And we got titles, the Harrow for the victory. You're gaining an additional, and so the interesting thing about a lot of these titles, it says additional to something that you may not have had before. So now anytime a new upgrade is coming out, maybe they're going to be using the word additional. So that's cool. And I think that's good future proofing also. You're getting a support officer upgrade in your upgrade bar. When you execute a speed 1 maneuver during your determined course step, you may change your first UF value to 2 until the end of your activation. So now victories don't need Gergerod, right? Or at least this one doesn't. Because you could engine text with that, or you just do other things too. You might not even need. So that's just cool. We've seen the Corvus already. You can redeploy. You can change the speed when you do it. You can just play games with people, and that's a fun thing to have. I really like that. I really do. It's fun. This one is freaking phenomenal. You gain an additional weapons team upgrade in your upgrade bar. Very cool for Nebulon. Different than I would prefer, but I think this will be very fun to fly. And at the start of the first round, you may replace one of your defense tokens with the redirect defense token. So, not like all Nebulons get redirects, but now this one can. This one actually might make for a pretty good flagship, right? Maybe it could be a little more defensible. I don't know. I'm not super sold on it one way or the other, but maybe with the new Kirsta Agate, maybe, maybe. All right, so we got the Liberator. Oh, so this one, you're getting a Fleet Command icon in your upgrade bar. You cannot equip this if you have Fleet Command in your upgrade bar. You cannot spend a command token to resolve a Fleet Command's card effect. So that means you have to discard the Fleet Command itself. So this gives you a 1-shot Fleet Command. And speaking of Fleet Commands, it's not bad for 2 points. We got a new one. And we got 2 copies of this. Take Evasive Action. It's really nice that they give you 2 copies of a unique card, right? Maybe you want one for both of your fleets. I think that's just really, really cool of them to give you 2 copies of even a freaking unique card. It's great. Great of them. At the start of this ship phase, you may discard this card or spend a nav token. If you do until the end of the round, each friendly ship may increase the last yaw value of its current speed by 1 during the determined course step. This is so very, very good. It really doesn't help my Architans that much when I love to run Architans fleets, but this is going to be really good for a lot of ships. So I think it's just a cool option. It's an alternative way to use nav. And maybe there's going to be alternative ways to use other commands too. Like maybe we'll see an engineering one that instead of just getting shields, unless you flip over, a face-up card to face down, once each turn. Or maybe they'll let you do a concentrate fire one that helps your anti-squadron fire more. Or maybe there's a squadron command that gives your squadron an extra die or something like that. Like maybe they have alternative ways to improve each of the commands. Maybe we'll see even more of these in the future. It's really cool. Let's look at our squadrons. All right, so here's Lando. We've seen Lando already, but I want to go through him real quick because looks like he's going to be one of the best Millennium Falcons ever. First off, he's got a black, a red, and 2 blue against squadrons, a red and a blue against ships, which is great. He's grit and rogue, 2 braces, 23 points. While attacking, you may discard a defense token to set 1 die to any face. It can't be modified again. So sorry, but all that stuff that wants you to force you to reroll stuff. No, Lando knows the tricks of making you reroll. He's not going to let that same trick be used against him. While defending, you can spend 1 of your defense tokens to force the attacker to reroll 1 or more dice of your choice. He's just so darn cool. It makes me proud to have named my son Lando. I love it. We've got Martin Madden.
named for Matt Martin. This is Iron Squadron. And you know who this is? That's Gutierrez. That's Gutierrez right there. That's Andy Gutierrez, by the way, from the Star Wars show. And I forget who this guy was modeled after. I just do not remember. Scott Bromley, maybe? I don't know. Pablo Hidalgo? No. But yes, this is Sato's nephew. He's flying the Sato's Hammer, which is a YT-2400. He's got 4 blue and 1 black against the ship. Grit and Rogue. At the start of the squadron phase, you may toggle your activation slider to the activated side. If you do, you can place a proximity mine at distance 1. So a lot of proximity mine stuff, which is pretty cool. Again, we will be talking more about that in the future. Cain. Now, Kainan's in an HWK, but he's got, he had an HWK in the comics, so it's not like it's a whole new thing. But his dice are pretty cool. 2 blue die against the ship and 2 blue and a red against squadrons. But he doesn't have the normal HWK stuff. So he's got Assault, Cloak, and Rogue, which is just a really cool combination of things. But on top of that, while attacking a ship, you can spend a die with a crit. If you do, the defender gains a raid token of your choice. This is so much better than the other raid token squadrons because a crit you weren't going to be able to use anyway. So if you roll 2 regular damage, well, good, I rolled 2 damage. If I roll a crit, like everything is good with him. An accuracy is not as good, but if you get an accuracy and a damage and force them to actually end up having to not be able to redirect that or whatever, that's fine too. But I mean, that's just great. That's just really great. So more raid tokens, again, comboed with some of the new things like Rex. I think that'll be really annoying. We've got Meliora. I have no idea who this is. I have to do some research. If you know who Meliora is, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to enter to win that giveaway too. So that's, just got to be a subscriber and leave a comment. That makes for a primetime comment right here. Right, so, and I probably would have looked her up by now if I wasn't at Gen Con and working round the clock, going crazy, trying to do things, meet people, and also bring you guys coverage. It's a lot. It's a lot. So once per activation, again, she's in the Skurg. Once per activation, while a friendly ship is attacking a ship at distance 1 of you, and you are engaged by 1 or fewer squadrons, it's a lot of criteria right there. The attacker may spend a die to change 1 die to a face with a crit. So she's like Screed for the Rebels, but with a lot of extra criteria. And it's only once per activation. So she's a lot like, I wonder if she has some kind of relationship to Screed. If she's like his daughter or something like that. Wouldn't that be cool? Okay. And she's bomber too, which is cool. All right. Hondo, we're in the Imperials now. Hondo. Hello, my friends. Go for the eyes, boo. Butt kicking for goodness. All right. I can't do it. I can't do it like I normally would. My voice is falling apart. But he's got bomber, grit, and rogue. He's in a fire spray. No, he's actually in the Slave 1. He's not just in a fire spray. So you can't run him and Boba Fett together. So that is pretty interesting. But during your activation, instead of attacking, you may toggle the activation slider of 1 squadron at distance 1 to the activated side. If it was already activated, you may place it anywhere at distance 1 of you. He's gonna mess with people so bad. So bad. I love him. I'd love him so much. That's so much fun. Moralo Eval. You may recognize Moralo from X-Wing, or maybe even the Clone Wars, I believe. In the YV666, 2 black, 2 blue against squadrons, 2 blue against ships, so not terrible ship attack, but 22 points. So grit and rogue, and very similar to some familiar inspiration from the X-Wing versions. When an objective token at distance 1 to 2 and is not an optical is moved or removed from the play area, you may move up to distance 1 and attack as if you were activated. Oh no, this isn't the one that I was thinking reminded me of X-Wing. It's the other one. But yeah, so again, objective tokens. I like seeing things that work with the objective tokens. That's definitely fun. And the thing is, you can potentially attack multiple times with this guy. So that's worth looking at, man. That's gonna be fun. We've seen IG-88B already. Cool thing is you can field this with IG-88A because it's a different ship name. They're basically had to errata thing. The ruling is now, if a ship name is italicized, it also counts as unique. So you can't run 2 identical ship names. But since it's IG-2000B, and we know that those are actually 2 physical different ships, it's fine. And he basically goes Death Blossom here. During the start of the squadron phase, you may toggle your activation slider to the activated side. If you do, you may perform the anti-squadron attack against each enemy squadron at distance 1. Treat these as Extracted, Encounter, and Rogue. And then additionally, we've got Tripura. This is the one I was thinking reminds me of X-Wing because he had a way to come back after being destroyed. And when you have a ready to defense token, you gain Escort. So Escort is cool. Hey, attack me, attack me. After defending against an attack, you may discard a defense token. You may recover up to 3 hull, even if you would have been destroyed. So that's going to be hard to kill Jumpmaster. Fortunately, there's only 4 hulls, so it's not like the end of the world, but that's pretty cool. Let's run through some of the new objectives really quick. We'll do this quickly. All right, so I want to just talk about, we have 4 different of each color for our objectives. So we got Marked for Destruction. We've got Rift Assault. We've got Ion Storm. And we've got Surprise Attack. Now for our yellows, we've got Abandoned Mining Facility. Let's line them up there. There we go. We've got Rift Ambush. We've got Asteroid Tactics. And Fleet in Beijing. I know it's not Beijing. It's being. All right. We've got Volatile Deposits for our blues. We've got Infested Fields. We've got Doomed Station. And Hyperspace Migration. Now, I'm not really going into these as much. I personally feel I want to play through them before I can really talk to you about them, because for me, a lot of the strategy goes, comes from actually having played them first. And we also have some greens. These are going to be only for the campaign. You're not going to use these in normal play. So Hired Scum, HoloNet Override. And if you want to take a closer look at these, just go ahead and pause the video. We've got Pilot Defection, Recruit Allies, Prototype Recovery, Steel Supplies, Double Agent, Volatile Cargo, Base Defense Fighter Wing, Base Defense Ion Cannon, Base Defense Armed Station. We have another copy of the Armed Station with the corrected reprints, and then we've got a couple of these cards. I'm actually not 100% sure what they're for exactly yet. Low supplies, low fuel, and low morale. And I think that is all of the cards, guys. So yeah. All right, guys. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. I apologize for the slightly lower quality of video, but normally I would be able to be at home and have all of my lighting and everything a little bit better. But I wanted to bring this to you as quick as possible, and I thank you guys so much. I want a big shout out to all of my patrons as well as all of the new patrons. I definitely appreciate your continued support, and you definitely help make this all possible. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.